Hello, I'm Carsten Hansen. With this video I want to learn you how to set up the DKT7 so it can run the object-oriented Atmos demonstration video we are providing. The tiers of steel, where we have a time code that is controlling the used as a sequencer for the Atmos. But first of all, I would like to go into the setup to make sure that I have all the appropriate software installed and the correct date. So if I unfold the About menu and go, you can see the software release is here in November 6, 2017, and the software version is actually a 2018 version. So it will be standard in the next version that is released on our website. Secondly, I need to go to the program manager to make sure that I have the MADI option installed and I have the Atmos option installed. Otherwise, it will not work on your unit. So install the license keys and go through a power up schedule, and then you see what I have here. So I will go into the preset audio menu, and you can see I have an additional setup automatically generated. Normally you only have 11, but here you can see 12. I'm using that as a template for my demo. In order to do that, I will select it first. So I select it here, and then I will copy that preset to preset number 1. I don't have no intention of using analog input. So what I do, I select that preset, you can see that with the bullet, and then I move the cursor to the preset where I want to paste the preset. I right click and I press save, and you can see the text will change here, and I press save here to close it. Next thing I want to do, I want to select that preset in order to edit it. So you can see edit, right click, and I call it demo, and I close it with a quit. So you can see now the text is written here, so you can see the preset I'm working in. Now, next thing is that you can see this is currently running with a MADI because I have a MADI stream. But we want to set this up to run with an SDI stream. So once again, we go into the menu, close this, go to the matrix, and you can see I have different choices in this new menu. I can use the input in the sector mapping mode. This is a separate video, or in the MADI mode, or as the SDI de-embedder. Once I do that, my audio here will break, and I have to change the connector because then I want to source it from the SDI input. So I will click on this and change my cable on the input side. So now you can see in the left hand corner here down, you can see that you have an SDI signal available, and also you can see the I width is 90%. So it's a 1080 60 hertz video signal that I'm using. So I'm closing that again. The next thing I want to make sure is that I'm using the right template. So I go to this template and I right click, and I have provided a different set of templates. This is currently configured for the 7.1+4, the Dolby recommended channel assignment, but I have a special assignment for my video. So I'm selecting that, closing the folder, but I actually want to open it again because I want to set the time, put the time code on. You can see currently the time code is off, but I want to switch the time code to the Atmos synthesis. So that's done here. Next thing I want to do is I want to go to open up the matrix to assign the L2C input. But maybe I should run the video just so I have some time code. Currently I have no time code. So I go to that and I roll to the SDI input number 4. That is carrying the time code. Okay, we have time code. I will go to the setup preset and I will save it to make sure that I have all the programming I've done, that is not lost. So press save and I recall it again. And now you can see that the channel layout has changed. Inside I have an Atmos down mixer. So I can take the channels, the object-oriented audio that I'm generating, and I can downmix it. So if I click here, you can see I have assigned the first bar graph to the first sector, which corresponds to the speaker number 1, and the second bar graph to number 2, that is the right-hand channel, and so on. I have in total 12 channels, but I'm only using 11. On the right-hand side, if I click here, you can see this is the original video. So this is the left channel. So it's labeled 1, but I can change it if I want. Say I right-click again, say left, save, and quit. So you can see now this is left. I can do the same with the right channel. Right click, backspace, right, save, and quit. You can do that the way you want. You can also change if you want to have a small gap between. I can click on the bar here and you can see the bar graph width, and I want to have a space between so I can differentiate the original channels from the Atmos channels. I can also change the color. You can do this assignment the way you want. So if I want to change that to say light gray, I can do that. So you simply tailor the display the way you want. Then you also need some additional keys. I go to the peak, to this menu, because I don't need that for this demo, but I want to assign it to the Atmos key. So I right click on the key and I go down all the way to the bottom and say I want to have a room all, and I want to have a let's see, I can take the floor level, although I'm not using it on this demo. I'm only using 2 levels, and the 2 levels that I'm using is the head level and the ceiling level. So there's actually no programming for the floor level. But if you have many speakers, of course, you can utilize the additional level. So you can see the room all, floor level, no speakers defined. Head level, that will be the normal surround sound level. In this case, it's green, but you can change the colors to the colors you want in the configuration file. So, and the ceilings speakers, I have 4 in the ceiling, they are all white. Switch it back to room all. one of the things that you also want is that you want to have the control elements for the display. So I want to assign an additional key here. This is the MIDI level. And I want to assign read out speaker mapping. That's currently what we're looking at, the speaker mapping. And I also have a third display, the name sector mapping. So I can personalize now. This is currently sort of focused on the layout. You can see the green layer that is corresponding to the maybe I want to, sometimes I like to turn the compressor off because I think it's a more realistic view of the audio. So you can see this is currently the green level is the what is coming from the primary surround sound level, and the white is what is coming from the ceiling. We will take a look at the movie shortly, but currently I'm just explaining how it works. Right. So if I want to look only at the head level, I click on that key. You can see I ignore everything in the ceiling. If I'm only focusing on the ceiling level, I can look at the ceiling level here, right? But currently I want to look at all levels. In the naming sectors, if you don't care about the speakers where they're located, you simply look at it, you can say a unified way with all the different sectors. We have 16 sectors in total, so these are the 16 sectors. Or if you're focused on the level coming out, you can see these are now tiny bar graphs showing you the level. You can see they are white because the audio is coming from zero. There was a green one because it was coming from the center speaker. We can actually see what is on the movie. You can see I have the movie here. So you can see this is the battle. We are in the middle of the movie. But I can wrap it around to the beginning. So you can actually see at the beginning of the movie, you have audio coming from the ceiling speaker, number 11 here. And then it will move to number 10. And then you have a rocket launch. But I will just finish this video. I will move it all the way to the end. It's approximately 10 minutes long, 12 minutes long. So this is the very last sequence of the movie. So you can watch out for it. What you can also do is that I can bring the audio to the speakers because I have a down mixer. So let me do that. But once I do that, you cannot hear me anymore. So what I will do, in the HDMI output, instead of having the analog, because the analog is coming from my mic, I will take it from the down mix, from the stereo down mix. So that's one channel. And then you will lose my audio.
Roger, Roger. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jerk, Tom.
Look, Celia, we have to follow our passions. You have your robotics and I just want to be awesome in space.
Why don't you just admit that you're freaked out by my robot hand?
I'm not freaked out, but it's... All right, fine. I'm freaked out. I'm having nightmares that I'm being chased by these giant robotic claws.
Whatever, Tom. We're done.
Robot's memory synced and locked.
This is pretty freaky.
So I'm just grabbing the audio. You can watch the audio in a different way and see on a large screen and get the full set of speakers. So and of course the downmix outputs, they can be routed to any output. If you want to route it to the AS output, that can be done. And also you can take all the outputs of the objects to AES or SDI. So if you have a full 7, 1 plus 4, you can actually listen to all the channels in the audio. And that's the end of my setup demo.